What's smoking, y'all? It's your boy Mel, and welcome back to Smokin'Kitchen. Today we got that down south classic spaghetti and fried catfish. This dish sits on the same level as your chicken and waffles, your biscuits and gravy, your red beans and rice. You know, it just goes together. Some of y'all may have had it, some of y'all may not have had it, but let's get into it. So to start off for your catfish, you want to start by making a buttermilk marinade. And we're going to marinate this for about an hour. Just go to a couple hours. Now, you know we got to have some hot sauce, Louisiana. And to this cup of buttermilk, you're just going to add enough until the ancestors say stop. Going in with my homemade Creole seasoning, but you can use any Creole seasoning that you have. And then we're going to whisk this until well combined. And that is our buttermilk marinade. So see here, I got fresh catfish. I wish I would have went with, you know, traditional frozen looking catfish. This was from a Asian seafood market. They had some fresh wild caught catfish. It came out okay. It was a little bit on the thick side, so just stick with your classic catfish. But I'm gonna hand mix all of my catfish in with that buttermilk, and we're gonna go put that in the fridge for an hour or so. Once you are ready to cook your catfish, we're going to slice up our andouille sausage. And I'm slicing it down into little bits, make that sausage last in that spaghetti, and gonna do the whole link here. You know, this is a Creole spaghetti. In a Creole dish, you gotta have that holy trinity. And for those of you who don't know what that is bell pepper, onions, and celery. That is the holy trinity of the South of New Orleans. I'm just going to chop all of my trinity vegetables down. Now to a big pot, I have some oil already added, and that's been heated, and I'm going to pour in all of my andouille sausage. I'm looking to brown the andouille, so we're gonna cook that until it is brown and crispy on the outside. We don't want burnt, we just want brown. This is the brown I'm talking about. See, we got good color on the sausage. So we're gonna take this out of the pot, but we are going to leave all of the oil. We're gonna take our holy trinity and we are just gonna pour it straight into that oil. And that is going to cook down nicely. So I'm gonna stir that, make sure nothing sticks to the bottom. And we're going to release the water. We're gonna get these translucent, cooked. Just cook them down for a few minutes. We're gonna add some garlic, and y'all know I like my garlic. So I got about 8 cloves. I got about 8 cloves of garlic I'm gonna add into this dish. You could go more if you're crazy, or you go less. But I'll put about 8 cloves in. You know, garlic is that nature's medicine. After your garlic has been cooked for around 30 seconds until fragrant, we're going to add our tomato paste, and we're going to stir until everything is evenly mixed, until all the vegetables are evenly coated in that tomato paste, and then it starts sticking to the bottom of the pan. That's when you know it's time to add your tomatoes. Got a can of crushed tomatoes. And here we are going to give it a good stir. Now it's time to season it up. You know, catfish and spaghetti is one of those dishes it's just one of those dishes I remember from my childhood. You know, when my parents would drop off me and my sister at my grandma's when they wanted to go out, and we just unexpectedly arrive at her doorstep. And, you know, it just seemed like older people back then. They just always had spaghetti in the pantry and fish in a freezer just ready to go. After all the seasons have been added, we are going to stir and simmer this for around 20 minutes. While the spaghetti is simmering, I went ahead and I got oil in my pan, and we are going to get ready to fry some catfish. And to coat our fish, it's just a simple dredging station. It's 1 part flour to 2 parts cornmeal, and we're gonna season it with our Creole. And I like to add some extra salt, so we're gonna give that a good whisk. And I decided not to go for an egg mix. Of course, we gotta taste our flour. I decided not to go for an egg mixture here because I wanted the breading to be more light. But if you like a nice thick coat catfish with like a thicker crust, by all means, create an egg wash, season the egg wash with some salt and pepper, and then you're gonna go catfish into the egg wash into your breading. But you see, for me, I just went from catfish into my breading, and this is how they turned out. We're gonna drop them in the oil, and you're gonna fry them for around 3 to 4 minutes per side. But since mine were thicker, I actually had to go up to 5 to 6 minutes per side. So just make sure that fish was cooked all the way through. And we're going to flip them as we cook them just to make sure they do not burn. You know, we're looking for that nice golden brown color on our fried food. So after a couple minutes, this is what you should end up with. And that's how you know that catfish is done. It's been around 20 minutes and we back over at our sauce. This is where you want to tweak the sauce if it needs anything. If it's too sharp or has a sour bite, add some butter or add some sugar. But this is where you want to add those last steps of seasoning for a perfect spaghetti sauce. Once you have that figured out, we're going to add our andouille back into the pot. And then our second star of the show, we're going to add in our spaghetti. You're gonna mix your spaghetti with your sauce. After a few turns, you're gonna add in your reserved spaghetti pasta water, and you're gonna add in a tablespoon or two of butter. We're trying to emulsify that sauce some, and we're trying to get it, you know, to be a glossy, slightly spicy, slightly sweet, rich, but, you know, not a heavy sauce. Once you think you've mixed all the way, you're just gonna keep stirring until you keep finding that cube of butter until it's fully melted, which will be pretty quick because it's hot pasta, hot sauce. Here I am just trying to make sure the sausage is evenly distributed throughout the sauce. Don't want someone getting a spoonful of spaghetti and sausage and, you know, somebody just getting a spoonful of spaghetti. So, and you know, the chef got a taste test and boy, that spaghetti good. And that's it. You're gonna go ahead, plate up your spaghetti, you know, a nice piece of catfish, and now that's a Southern classic combo right there, if I do say so myself. That's New Orleans comfort on a plate. You got that crispy golden catfish, and the spaghetti is rich, buttery, and it got just enough Creole heat to let you know it's not Italian, it's not Southern, it's that Louisiana soul food. You know, if you grew up with fish fries, church plates, or big family Sunday dinners, y'all already know this combo just works. Now go ahead and make it, tweak it, and, you know, make this recipe yours. I'm Mel. This is Smokin'Kitchen. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.